And I'm live from Gloucester. And once again, I'm here with you to take over this session. And today we will be discussing something related to yesterday's question. So we'll delve into it a bit more. How can we manage stress? Okay, so I'd like you all to introduce yourselves. So let's start off with Khushbu. Hi, Khushbu, how are you?
Ma'am, good evening. I am
Good
fine.
evening.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm good, thank you. So can you introduce yourself a bit?
Yes, I am Khushbu. I live in Kolkata with my family. I am a mother of two kids. I am a homemaker. I have completed my Master of Science. Thank you.
Okay, so Khushbu, can you tell us a bit how we can manage stress?
Yes, ma'am. In my opinion, I can go for exercise to reduce and to manage stress. I think exercise is a better if you go outside, like working out regularly is one of the best way to relax our body and mind. And another thing, deep breathing, maybe like yoga,
Mm-hmm.
and eat
Okay.
well, and take a break with after in the work, take a break for relaxation.
Okay. And so you mentioned yoga. Do you do yoga?
Yes, ma'am. Yoga, like exercise in the morning, it's muscles relax our muscles when we are stressed. Our muscles get tensed also, so we can
Mm-hmm.
do exercise. We can go for a cycling also. We can watch YouTube channel or maybe something like a comedy movie to manage stress, and maybe talk about our problems to family and friends, and maybe husband or best friend who is in your house. So I
Okay.
think the better option to ma'am talk about problems and reduce stress.
Okay. Good. So talking about your problems and sharing our problems together helps us reduce stress. It helps you reduce stress as well.
Yes.
Okay, and you gave us examples like going for exercise and doing yoga. Um, do you consider yourself a yogi? I have to ask. So
No,
a
ma'am.
no, you're not a yogi.
Yes, ma'am. I can take the help of YouTube when
Uh-huh.
I'm staged, or maybe I want to do exercise for better feeling. Then I go with a YouTube channel and I saw their yoga, maybe one or two exercises like Surya Namaskar, like 10 times. It's good for me. So I have to do in the morning or maybe in the evening when I have time, and it
Okay.
feel better.
Okay, good. Okay, so you just use yoga at those times in the morning just to settle yourself and bring and ground. We call it grounding yourself, and you're finding your center to make you feel calm and prepared for the day.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Actually, ma'am,
that's how you use it.
stress
Mhm.
affects ma'am us in a number of ways. So both physically and emotionally in our body. So it will be better to go with exercise and talk about problems with others. It will maybe better.
Okay, brilliant. Very good. And and you said it will be better to go out with others because you're always interacting and you're sharing your problems. And if you exercise with others, you can. I like it as well. I like going out, and it's funny, but sometimes I exercise during a phone call. So I'm taking a phone call and I'm running, and people think I'm absolutely lunatic, but it helps me not focus on my exercise there. So the time passes along, but I actually feel more relaxed as well. So I get what you're saying, that when you exercise and you're out with people, you seem to pour more of your emotions out. Is this the same feeling with you as well, Khushbu?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, same here, ma'am.
Okay, okay. And what else? What else? Do you have any other suggestions? So we mentioned exercise, yoga. speaking to the
Yes, ma'am. Maybe physical activity plays a key role in our daily life, like preventing the effects of stress, eat a healthy diet for our body, and get enough sleep. And maybe if take cigarette or drugs, avoid alcohols, all the things.
have you discovered, so how did you discover the forms of stress relief for yourself? Did someone suggest them to you, or was it just by trial and error?
On the phone call.
Sorry?
Ma'am? Yes, and please repeat the question.
Okay. How did you discover these ways to de-stress yourself? Did you just get them from someone else? Did someone recommend them to you? Or did you just happen to try them one day and realize they worked and just kept doing them?
Yes, ma'am. Just kept doing on. When I have a stress, then I do all the things, and I think it will be better for me.
Okay, so you just tried them and you felt better, so you kept doing them. Okay, very good. Right. If I were to ask you the best form of stress relief for you, which one has it been?
Talk to my mother.
Really? Oh,
And talk to my mother-in-law, which is very near and dear.
oh, that's lovely. Okay, so talking to your mom and your mother-in-law, actually, because she's nearer to you, that makes you feel
Better.
less stressed.
Yes.
Okay.
So, ma'am, I think
Oh,
sometimes I think I can't handle stress. Just go with mother and mother-in-law. It will help better.
oh, that is lovely.
Thank you, ma'am.
Well, you see, not so many people, not everyone has that relationship with their mothers, and especially with their mothers-in-law. Not everyone has that. So the fact that they actually, instead of stress you out, that you find them to calm you down.
Yes. I think
that's really lovely.
I'm a mother, so I think it will be a better option for me to mother and mother-in-law.
That's lovely. Wonderful. Okay, so that's your favorite method and the method that works best for you. Brilliant. Okay, so let's move on. Well done, Kishbru. I'll now move on to Veena. Veena, I'd like you to
good evening, ma'am.
To present yourself to everyone. Good evening.
Myself, Veena. By profession, I am a teacher in Trivir Public School, Karma.
Very good. Okay, Veena. And I know we've discussed this. We discussed this a lot yesterday with you about how you manage stress, methods of stress relief. And one of them was shooting the messenger. I remember that one. Brilliant. Okay, so if I tell, okay, we said that your friends give you an outlet.
Yes.
And you just, burst and vent, and that is your stress relief. Are there any other methods that you use apart from that?
Meditation also. I do sometime meditation, like listening to the music and taking deep breath and releasing the stress.
Okay, now for those of us that are not used to meditating, I'm one of those people. I'm not good at it. I think it's a skill that I definitely need to improve, because I'm sure it will help me. And for those of us watching that aren't aware exactly of how you meditate, can you explain a bit more of how you achieve that state? What do you do to meditate?
Like I start a fast music and do jogging for 5 to 10 minutes. When I do jogging, my breath, I start taking deep breath, and my breathing process is very fast. and then stop the music and I lie down on the bed and I just focus on the breath coming in and going out. And while doing this, I just don't know where I go and what happens.
Oh, wow. That sounds amazing. I wish I can do that. And is there a special type of breathing that you do? You said you focus on breath. Is it a
Like there are
specific type?
different type of process of meditation.
Hmm.
There are names like Brahmanath Dhyan, Sanjeevani Dhyan, all these type of, you'll get on YouTube the video, like the audios. I hear the audio and follow the process.
Hmm.
And while
Okay.
following the process, at the end they ask you to lie down on the bed. And when you lie down, you are so much exhausted during the process that you feel like you don't know where you are, or your mind get blank and you can't even think also.
You're like, am I gonna die? Is
Like
that
some,
the kind of state?
after some time you will feel like your hand is not moving, your leg is not moving, your body is not moving.
Oh, wow.
It's a everything gets numb.
Okay.
And when you try to move, it will not move. And
I
at
see.
last the brain goes, like at last, after 10 minutes you'll not be in your stage of mind of doing anything also.
That's amazing. Okay. Well, I do wish to try this. This sounds great because I'm in my head a lot. So it will be nice to get out of there. Um, good. And what else? So you use meditation, venting to your friends. Anything else that you use?
uh, no, nothing like that. During meditation
Nothing else. Okay.
help me very
Hmm.
much. During meditation I have traveled to like some places also.
Wow. Okay. Can you explain one of the best, like?
L- uh, it's an out of body experience. We were asked to come out of the body, like body is different and soul is different. And they asked us to come out of the body and travel to a place where meet some people whom we can call and ask that, are you wearing the same color sari which we saw in the in our meditation process. I went to my village and I saw my aunt. She was cooking in the kitchen and she was wearing a yellow sari with a pink flower. And when I got back after meditation, and then I called her and asked her, "Ki, are you wearing the same sari, yellow sari with a pink flower?" And she was shocked. Yeah, I am wearing the same sari. And I was also
Mm.
shocked. Ki, oh my God, is it possible? Like I was never, I used to think, oh, they are talking shit. It never happens.
Oh my goodness.
But it happens. You can come out of your body. You can travel
Wow.
anywhere.
That's what you meant with traveling anywhere. You see, when you said I can travel anywhere, I thought you just imagined that you are somewhere and just
Because
dream it.
I was also thinking that it's a dream. But when they told me to call and ask my aunt what she's wearing, and in the process I told everyone that she was wearing a yellow sari with a big pink flower, and I put my phone on the speaker and I asked her, "Okay, what was your what dress are you wearing?" She said sari. "And what is the color of the sari?" She said yellow. And I asked, "Is there any flower?"
Wow.
She said, "Yeah, pink flower." And everyone was shocked. Oh my God, it happens.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh my God. Wow. I never knew that could happen. That is amazing. Okay.
It's a process. It's
Okay.
a process when where they make your body, like soul, come out of your body.
That's amazing.
And we
Wow.
do past life regression therapy also, but I have not done. I have to do this. I want to know what I was in my past life.
Yes, I was going to ask you, like, are there any methods of stress relief that you would like to try that you haven't tried before?
And this is like everyone says, what you are like, the sorrow, the pain which is in your body is just
Hmm.
because something you have done in your past. So that I wanted to know what I have done, or have I injured someone. Like there is a story behind. It's a mythological story, Mahabharata. where Gangaputra Bhishma, he was lied in thousand of arrow. And when he asked Lord Krishna why I am getting this pain, so he said, because you killed one insect in in 17th birth before. That's why you got this pain. That's why you are getting this pain. So I also wanted to know why I'm getting this pain. So I also wanted to travel in my past.
This is interesting. Okay, very interesting, Veena. You've intrigued me a lot today. Thank you very much. I'd love to keep chatting about this, but I do need to move to someone else now because of the time. Let me just move on to Aditya. Hi, Aditya. Can you just introduce yourself?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
My name is Aditya Keshri. I am a student. I live in Gaya, Bihar, and I am pursuing chartered accountancy course. That's all. Thank you.
Fantastic. Okay. Now, what methods of stress relief do you use? How can we manage stress?
In my opinion, ma'am, there is a lot of ways like we can do meditation, and also we can spend a quality time with our family, with our close ones, and also the last one and the important one, we can go out to vacation where we can relax our mind, ma'am. In meditation we can also start with basic ones, because starting with the harder ones make our body difficult to do that type of yogas or exercise that of. And also, ma'am, also when we can spend a quality time with our family, like with our close ones, like friends, where with whom we talk every day, they understand our feelings and also help us to relax our relieve our minds, ma'am.
Okay, good. And what is the best form of stress relief you found?
In my opinion, for me, the best form of stress relief is that we can go out with vacations, like we can go abroad
Oh no.
with our family, with our friends.
You've not found that stress relief though lately. So what have you been using? The reason why I said oh no is because of course everyone is in lockdown. That's the inevitable
In that
elephant in the
time, ma'am,
room. Yeah.
in that time, ma'am, we can do meditation, ma'am. Also, ma'am, and also we can spend our time with family, and also uh, I have idea in that, because I don't have that type of a stress in my life.
Okay.
I had not experienced that type of stress.
You've not experienced that type of stress. And if
No,
you've had any stress, you've always come to family and friends and spoken about it and felt a lot better.
Whenever stress happens with our family, we talk to each other, we try to solve the problems from behind the reason of some stress, and also try to relieve the mind of our family members who are stressing out.
Okay. And
This is the main.
How do you feel with meditation? Do you feel like it really helps you as well?
Actually, ma'am, I had not tried medication at all.
You've not tried
But
it.
my thinking is that medication can cure stress. But I had not tried at any time. Means one.
No, as long so it is something that you might want to consider trying, but as long as you find that something works for you, like talking to your friends and family works for you, then that's great, as long as you find the thing that works for you most. Unfortunately, again, with the traveling, that's a bit of an annoying one because you've not been able to travel much lately to get that sense of stress relief, but hopefully that will also change very soon. Thank you very much, Aditya.
Thank you.
Thank you. And let's move on to Yuraj. Hi, Yuraj.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Is it just you or you and your dad?
Ma'am, we both are here.
All right. Okay, so I call this my surprise one. So Yuraj, can you introduce yourself to everyone and tell everyone how we can manage stress?
Yes, ma'am. So let's start with our introduction. So my name is Yuvraj Pratap Singh. I'm a student of 5th standard, and I live in Bihar. It's a state of India in Rohtas district. Yeah.
Okay. And how can we manage stress, Yuraj?
Ma'am, we can manage just by relaxing, by doing the thing which your mind wants to do, really for entertainment.
Okay. Because you told me, okay, just by
Ma'am, doing nothing or doing the thing which your heart says to you to do this
Okay.
thing for your entertainment purpose.
Okay, I'm going to be a bit of a pest. What does your heart say to you?
Ma'am, just to sleep.
Yuraj, that has been the best answer all day. Just to sleep. Okay. I like this one as well. Okay, so whenever you are stressed, you just sleep through it.
No, not all the time, but most of the time.
Most of the time you sleep through it. But how do you get yourself to sleep? Like if I'm stressed, I can't sleep. I'm too worried out of my mind to be sleeping. My eyes will be wide
Yes,
open.
like I feel very tired at that time when I'm stressful. Like when
I'm stressed. Okay. Okay, very good. And is there a method of stress relief that you would like to try?
Ma'am, meditation.
Meditation. Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe you and Aditya can meditate together. You both could try it together.
But ma'am, I don't know him.
I mean, online. You can try and do this online as well.
Yes.
Don't worry. Keeping social distancing rules. Okay. I'll move on to your dad now. Thank you. Thank you, Yuraj.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. How are you? Can you introduce yourself to everyone?
My name is Pratap Singh. I am from Bihar. Presently, I am a teacher by profession, ma'am.
Okay. And can you tell us how can we manage stress?
We need to avoid a lot of things, ma'am, for overcoming or for minimizing stress. Like, as for example, we need to avoid negative thinking. We need to avoid negative association. We need to avoid overthinking. And at last, I would say that we need to avoid expectation with others, ma'am, too. Because if we start expecting with others, then it definitely starts a different kind of mindset and attachment with other people. And if we doesn't happen with you according to your expectation, you start worrying about, and finally you become stressful. And if you need to expect that, we should try to expect only with your ourselves, ma'am. By doing this kind of things, we can definitely overcome our stress.
And what's
And
the best? Sorry.
Yes, ma'am. And at last, I would say that it is totally in our hands that if we want to be stressful, that we can not become completely stressful, but we can minimize it uh, at high level, ma'am.
And what's the best way that you found to manage stress?
Yes, ma'am. I don't expect with others, ma'am, and I try to avoid overthinking. And you can say it is helpful for me that only with me I expect with myself only, that if I want to see any kind of change, any positive thing, any positive result, that I always try to expect only with myself, ma'am, not with others. And if I want to see any change, then I take all the responsibility on my shoulders for that.
Okay, so you don't overthink, and instead of always expecting things for others, you take on more responsibility yourself because you know you can handle it.
Yes, ma'am. I always try to take more responsibilities. I always try to take no, you can say, I always expect with myself that if I have to grow, if I have to become happy, I need to change, I need to improve myself regularly. And if I do so, that it doesn't mean for me that what is happening in my surrounding and is it good for me or not.
Okay, very good. Some good points here, guys. Okay, so we've mentioned today, we've mentioned what Yuresh said, sleep. We've also mentioned meditation. We've mentioned talking to family members. We've mentioned exercise. And now we're also mentioning choosing ourselves, choosing how much we get stressed. We can actually control that, and choosing what situations we're in and who we are with. If these people stress us, then we don't need them in our lives. And we also choose to a point some situations as well. So it's quite clear that yes, there are stressful situations, but we can all find ways to manage them. Thank you all for sharing your situations with me and your ways of management. And I will see you all tomorrow. See you guys.
Thank you.